Welcome back to another video of. What if the Qing Dynasty came back in the modern day? This is a pretty interesting scenario, in my opinion, because this was a very big empire, and it's very strong. So yeah, it's obviously gonna have the technology and all the perks, and it might even be slightly buffed for some things in this video. But yeah, sorry if this is slightly inaccurate. I'm not sure about over here or down here. But Pierce seems about right. So yeah, let's jump straight into this video. So obviously this is gonna be like a what if the Qing Dynasty returned and became expansionist type ish because we love wars. You think I'm gonna talk about the boring stuff like economics? No. We're doing the interesting stuff. Like talking about wars, death, destruction. Yay. So obviously the Qing Dynasty, very big. So let's jump straight into it. Their first victim is going to be, surprisingly, Bhutan. And obviously the UN, NATO, EU, and CSTO, and stuff like that don't really exist in this timeline. I mean, yeah, they vanished. If you ask someone, what's NATO? They'll look at you crazily. So, yeah, that's pretty much what we're dealing with. But yeah, the Qing Dynasty is a massive empire, and is shown its face as an aggressor. Russia and Ukraine immediately make a ceasefire, mostly because Russia lost, tons of land out over here, which must terrify them. Honestly, if a big empire formed and took massive chunks of my land, I would be terrified too. Sorry. But yeah, we're gonna be seeing a surprising shift. China, the Qing Dynasty, sorry if I confuse those, China, Qing Dynasty, it's pretty much just big China. I know that offended some Taiwanese, but yeah, we'll live. But yeah, the Qings and the Russians are going to make the attack on Kazakhstan. I know I'm pronouncing the name wrong, but I just can't pronounce it correctly. Anyways, we see Qing and Russian forces making a massive attack in Kazakhstan. And oh, what a surprise, Kazakhstan fell. That's surprising. We see Russia kind of warming up to the Qing. But that's what the Qing wants. They want Russia to lower their guard and lower troops on their border. Because Russia has put hundreds of thousands of troops on their shared border. But yeah, with the Qing showing a friendly posture to the Russians are going to slightly lower their guard. They would just work together to knock out a massive country. So, yeah, they have to trust each other, right? But yeah, the Qing don't really trust the Russians, and they're just really trying to gain Russia's trust for a possible invasion north. That Siberian wilderness and oil and supplies and stuff is looking kind of juicy. But yeah. Then Russia decides to move forces back to Ukraine, and the ceasefire is over, but they attack. But yeah, coming to Egypt, China gives them a great offer. Be our ally. Give us money and some of your oil for complete protection and some possibilities of gaining land in India. Possibly, maybe, probably, definitely. And Egypt is like, ooh, some Indian coastline? We're in. And, but yeah. We're gonna be seeing them do their first joint operation. But this is gonna be a weird one. They're both going to jump Yemen. Yemen said, that they do not support the Qing. They have very mixed opinions, especially with their civil war, but the civil war has been going on for a little too long, So let's clear that up for you. As Egyptian and Qing forces, Qing, I think that's it. I can't say it, fuck! But yeah, we see their forces absolutely destroy Yemen, and we see Egypt gaining a pretty nice coast. And, yeah, they gain some very economically valuable areas. And with that, that means they might be able to work closer with the Qing in the future. We see Yemen being put as like an allied government being put in, and China taking these 3 islands. And Egypt is really happy that they get this coast as their economy skyrockets after this. And they also begin to work on their military. And the border with Israel is looking pretty hot. No foreshadowing. Yes, I'm foreshadowing. But yeah, what we're gonna see China decide to keep their rampage over here going on, as we see them declaring war on 5 countries. I mean, with the help of Russia, of course, as they decide to deepen Russia's trust with declaring war on these countries, saying, hey, Russia, you want some land? Oh, you do? Then join this war. They also promised Egypt some economic goods for more oil, and same thing with Yemen. So, they're pretty much just bribing for economic goods for free oil. I mean, it's not really free, but yeah. As we see these massive invasions into these countries take place, actually, let me lower this brush. As obviously weakened Kyrgyzstan, and these countries really just don't stand a chance, especially with a weaker Kyrgyzstan. I know Kyrgyzstan wouldn't do a lot in this war, but just having the smallest bit of help always is a big help. But yeah, we see all of this happening. But we see Afghanistan being the biggest pain, as you know what happens in Afghanistan, right? Hell? Yeah, you're right. But yeah, Afghanistan is going to be a big pain in the ass. And they're going to make the massive push to Kabul, as they're able to take Kabul, and they're able to make a regime change, and a coup takes over the government, which ends up making Afghanistan fall. And obviously, treaty time, as we're going to be seeing China get a pretty massive chunk of land, with Russia also getting a massive chunk of land. As China gets way more land, the Qing gets way more land, and they even get a puppet, which looks something like this. And yes, it's pretty much just Afghanistan, but a little smaller, slightly smaller, way smaller. But yeah, China, or the Qing, have really shown that they're the aggressor and you don't fuck with them. And it's pretty much what they want, But if I could just erase these borders and erase these capitals, we see a massive Qing Empire, or the Qing Dynasty, being massive, and they've pretty much done everything, except do their attack on Russia. Sorry. But yeah, we see a long wait. Then they send a thing out to Mozambique. Same offer as Egypt. Mozambique accepts. And then we're just going to be seeing a massive repeat of history. Oh, Madagascar this time. And, yeah, it's the same. It's the same thing. But the thing is, the Qing is China. And China's in the Security Council. So the Qing is part of the Security Council of the UN. I said it doesn't exist, but let's just make a little exception for this one time. As we see the UN officially renaming this strait being, I think, the Strait of Madagascar to the Strait of Mozambique. And, yeah, I just thought that was, to notice, or, like, to say, as, it's pretty much it. If I could, grab the color. It's gonna be a brighter red. Okay. I mean, it's still not light color, but, yeah. Oh, but the Qing's influence has mostly been in the Indian and the Afghanistan region. But what about a coalition on India? What? Oh, yeah. Y'all knew we were going to attack India, right? I mean, yeah, it was kind of obvious, but let's do it now. Okay. So the Chinese propagandists worked with their four allies, and they declare war on India with the help of almighty Sri Lanka, of course. But before that, we're just going to declare war on these two, and yeah, seems about right. But let's just ignore the existence of the massive mountains. And usually, this would be the big old bad war of the video. Oh, you thought this video was going to be short, right? Yes. We see a surprising coalition of the foremost unlikely nations: Turkey, Iran, Iraq, and Saudi Arabia. Desperate times call for desperate measures, okay? We also see Italy joining this, followed by Thailand, Australia, Japan. Russia gets a little worried, but we see Pakistan and Azerbaijan joining. And usually, this would be the war of the video, big bad coalition. That's not going to be the case. The big war is going to be with Russia. I've been spoiling it since the start, and might as well just thoroughly say it. So might as well just get rid of this war with India? Yes. Well, why aren't we? Why is this war ain't going quick? But we see Qing forces flooding over their shared border. We see Kashmir falling right in front of Pakistan's eyes. Bring a tier 2 grown man's eye. But yeah, we see Chinese forces making the push to the city. But their allies, with almighty Sri Lanka, are able to make a massive naval attack. Oh, it's just wonderful. But hey, they're able to make an attack right here, which is able to take this whole peninsula. But then they push around, and they're able to start the massive Battle of Mumbai. Wait, this is Mumbai. What the fuck is this city called? But yeah, they caused the massive Battle of Mumbai, which causes a massive distraction down here for Sri Lanka. And, yeah. Qing make a massive attack on Bangladesh, and Qing forces begin to destroy India. These areas over here, even though the 200 million people in this area alone don't stand a chance. I mean, really, the Qing just has so many forces, and they're buffed. They have ultimate rose. We see Mumbai falling, and we see the massive Indian coast falling. Last Battle of India falls to Qing forces. It's going to be a pretty hard treaty to do, especially if you're Indian. If you're Indian, close your eyes. You do not want to see this. The massacre of your homeland. As we see Egypt take this, and Qing take all of this northern area, Sri Lanka gets a pretty decent chunk of land. Mozambique also gets a pretty decent chunk of land. Madagascar gets a small little poor area. So, yeah. All of this area falls. And, viewer discretion is advised if you're Indian, by the way. I forgot to mention that, way earlier in the video, as I just massacred the borders of your homeland. Really sorry about that, but, hey, at least India's, Save. Mean. Eh. Boom. Boom. But yeah, we see India getting completely destroyed and becoming a massive puppet state of China. Yes, that's how. The Qing. Yes, that is how far they fell off. They lost so badly in the war that China, the Qing, decided to puppet them. It's terrible news to see. But yeah, we're just gonna see a smaller war. It's a big war. It's just it's just way smaller compared to the war or the Battle of India. Yeah, Qing forces make the massive attack, and make the massive attack on Korea. Sorry that I'm not finishing my sentences here. But yeah, the Korean Peninsula is back under Chinese rule for around 500 years. After a long time. And we see another small war, which just turns into a massacre. Yeah, do we even have to show the treaty? It's so simple. Not a full annexation, though. This area gets annexed by Thailand. Yeah, but the Qing is so big at this point that they might seriously explode. Just like they did in real life, or they did like a century ago. But no, that's not it. As the Qing have one goal, and one goal only, is to have that great, beautiful Siberian wilderness. But they have everything they could want, right? The land, the glory, beating America in a FIFA match in 2020 and 2030. They have it all. But they need oil. And that's how every country in history have fallen. This one blue nation, followed by another blue one, by a red one, and by another blue one. We see France, Sweden, and Germany all attempting the same goal, the same glory, the same purpose. For the Qing Dynasty, in its finest and biggest form, to make a massive push north. And this is the Qing's last dance before they go back to their universe. Because if they get this in their universe, they pretty much take the world. Operation Sky Twist launches. All people hear across Russia is bombs exploding, millions in fear, hundreds dying every minute. And on the border, gunfire erupts. The ally they thought they could trust has backstabbed them in the worst way. And the thing is, they weren't even expecting it. They were expecting the Nazi push, expecting the Swedish push, expecting the French push. But with this single surprise attack, in a matter of weeks, the Qing Dynasty is able to reach this lake. And it's useless, but they're able to do it. They make a landing on Kamchatka, the peninsula. Chinese forces begin to take city after city after city. The Caspian coast falls, and the Qing is achieving everything. The Russian winter hits. They were prepared. They checked the notebook of World War II, and they see you don't want to go unprepared for the winter. Nazi and French troops were freezing, but now Qing aren't, and they're invading the coldest area on the world that isn't Antarctica. The massive Battle of Population falls into a massive stalemate As by the time summer hits, the Russians are able to make a decent pushback. The Chinese make another pushback halfway through, and by August, they're able to destroy the Russians. By January the next year, Russia is a shell of what it used to be. And Russia decides that they know that they're losing, so might as well surrender the land that the Qing wants. As the Qing already have it, Russia's glory has already been lost. Now it's just time to confirm it. Russia keeps most of their valuable land. Their population is kept. Even this island. But China takes everything. As they even surprisingly make a puppet out of Kamchatka. Sorry, I just really like this peninsula. I discovered the name, and I just loved it ever since. So, it's gonna be its own puppet, while the rest just gets annexed by the Qing Dynasty that rose back out of literal nowhere is back, and it took everything that the Chinese ever wanted. And that is going to be the end of this video. The Chinese have achieved every goal, from taking Siberia to eliminating their number one enemy. They've showed Russia who's boss, and America doesn't want to deal with the superpower that pretty much rules Asia. We see the Second Cold War, but this time, it's the world versus the Qing. If you enjoyed, you should like and subscribe. I mean, probably. Definitely not forcing you or anything. Yes, you're being held at gunpoint as I speak. But anyways, if you enjoyed this video, you should like and subscribe. And have a wonderful day. And night. Not even depending on whenever you're watching this. Just have a great rest of your day.